Those are quite the snowbanks. Welcome, everyone. I am probably not making the best decision right now, as we did have a lot of snow just a week ago today, as of the recording of this. It is February 1st, the day before Groundhog Day. Last year, I actually went for a walk on the rail trail on actual Groundhog Day. You can see the water tower up behind me ahead. I am just gonna go for a little walk and talk. We'll see how long it lasts. Probably not the longest of videos. Looks like this some people getting ready to snowshoe over in the distance. Either that or cross-country ski. I'm not sure. They have the ski rails. Nope, those are snowshoes, I believe. Oh, now they stopped. They stopped moving. Yeah, those are definitely some snowshoes. Anyways, I do not have any snowshoes. I do not have any poles, but I'm gonna go attempt walking. Maybe I'll wait a few moments. There was two people. I think one has already gone up ahead. Perhaps I'll wait a few moments for them to make their way, because they probably don't want to hear my loud walk and talk while they're trying to snowshoe or whatever it is. Pretty sure it's snowshoeing. Neither here nor there. I am just absorbing some of the warmth from my vehicle at the moment before I go out and do it anyway. But yeah, gonna be actually wandering about in a couple weeks. Not even 2 weeks. I'm dead set on one trip. I already have it booked. But not quite sure about the second one. I'm 95% sure that I'm gonna go on the second trip. But I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. And tentatively, I'd be leaving in about a month from now. So on the second trip, so one small trip and then maybe one longer trip, and it could be by train, could be partially by vehicle, it could be by this vehicle, could be a rental vehicle. Anyways, gonna go for a walk and talk about it. So come check it. I don't know why I'm pointing up. Usually I point to the side. Come check it. Yeah, definitely probably good for snowshoeing out here today. I'm just wearing my boots, so hopefully it'll work out good. Another person has just arrived also, so appears to be getting quite popular here. I would only figure, since I was going to do a walk and talk today, that would be the case. It is, 23 degrees right now. A little bit warmer than it has been. It's been, I think this morning it was about 2 degrees. Yesterday when I went to work, it was -3. So it's definitely been quite chilly as of the past. Actually, I feel like it's been chilly forever. Which is one of the reasons I want to get out of this area. Hopefully in a month from now, if I can make it happen. Back in Massachusetts. Also helps with these glasses because I don't have to be holding my camera out the entire time. I don't know how the footage will be, but this is kind of a trial run for these glasses. Figure I could free up my hands, especially when I'm doing stuff like this. And maybe doing some walkthroughs of areas too. I might do, I do see a lot of videos on YouTube that pertain to just people walking. Not saying anything, not showing their faces. I mean, I obviously do all that stuff. But you seem to get quite a few hits, unlike me. So make sure you press that subscribe button. Keeps the algorithm. And give it a like if you could. Even if you don't like it per se, if you could click that like. There is a downside to these glasses though. And that is I was just in the middle of talking and I believe this hat may have pressed the button and stopped the recording. So I'm not sure if what I was saying came out. So in the I think I have to manually sync the videos. So I don't really want to do that while walking. Basically all I was saying is hit that subscribe button and give it a big thumbs up. But I think when a hat like this might hit the button and prematurely stop the recording. I think that's what just happened. But like I said, it's a trial method right now. I'll get used to it in time. But apparently these warm hats, I was having trouble like that in the snowstorm just last week. But it looks like they did plow a bit in here. I mean, they had to have. There's no way. I mean, what I was just walking through hadn't been plowed. This is down to pavement, except for these little icy patches. I think those are the snowshoers way up there. So I won't be disturbing them, but I think they need to find another trail to snowshoe in because this doesn't look very good for snowshoeing. So there's no snow on the trail, but there is other trails. I just don't know if I'd want to be wearing snowshoes while walking on the pavement this much. Almost would defeat the purpose, and there's not another trail for quite some time. So just getting back to my purpose of this walk and talk. I did book a small trip just for a couple days. For a little over a week from now. 1 week from now would be the Super Bowl. The Patriots are in. Oh wait, yeah, it's not next week. It's a little over 2 weeks, I should say. So a couple Mondays from now. As of the recording of this, not as when you are going to see it, because I probably won't post this till my next day off, which I believe is going to be Friday. So it will be a little over a week when you see this. So I guess I was partially accurate. So, gonna be doing some traveling next week. I already told you that. A little over a week from the airing of this video. And should be fun. You know, a friend of mine is taking their first trip on an Amtrak. And I was like, you know what? I'd like to go for a nice little train ride. It's been several months. It's been since I went to, is this a snowman? Is this a snow something? It's like a snow face. It's like a snow Aztec warrior. Or am I thinking of like the Easter Islands? Or Anyways, kind of cool. But I digress. Anyways. So yeah, a friend of mine was going to go on their first Amtrak trip. I said, you know what, I'll go. You know, she's doing her own thing out there. We're actually going on a longer trip. I will not be going on the longer trip. But I figured I'd go to New York. I haven't been to New York in a long time. So New York is in the mix. And I'm gonna go out to Boston. Gonna stay in Boston, take an Amtrak, stay in New York, come back. So really quick trip. I'm sure it will be just as snowy and cold when I go there. I've been recently watching Jacob the Carpetbagger, and he is actually in New York right now posting videos. So I know it's still snowy and cold. And they got hit by the same storm, so no surprise. We're not that far away. You know, Boston to New York. Like on the train, I think like 4 hours. In that neighborhood. And then when I return, I'm going to be returning on the brand new Acela, which was quite a bit more money than the way down on the Northeast Regional. But I want to try out the next generation Acelas. I took the first Acela when that first came out many years ago. It was the first time I ever really wanted to travel by train. That I was in Penn Station and looking up at all the different areas. And I got kicked off of filming again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to not wear a hat like this in future walk and talks or when I'm using the glasses. But that'll be interesting, going to New York and riding the Acela. Because, you know, it's just a few months old. If you saw my trip from last year, or now, a year and a half ago, 2024, I did take an Acela not too long ago. But that was the old generation. So out with the old and in with the new. And decided to walk back. This place is quite popular today. There's quite a few people that are probably been stuck indoors for a long time. 23 degrees isn't exactly warm, but when it's been single digits, teens for last couple weeks, people are probably itching to get out and going for a little walk. As for myself, I'm walking every day at work. But it's still nice to go on a walk that is not just working. I like taking in nature. I haven't been here since I think the fall. And my hands are not freezing like they were last year on Groundhog Day, February 2nd of last year. It was a lot more icy on the ground. Can't believe it's already been a year since then. And that was a week after I went to the ice castle, so it was over a year ago that I went up to the White Mountains for the ice castles. Time does fly. But anyways, I'm trying to plan another trip. I have some friends that live down south in warmer climates, and I'm just thinking to myself, I have some other friends that are going there in a little bit over a month, and I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to get into warmer temperatures for a while, and this brutal winter is not it's not being very kind. It is fairly depressing also. So I'm like, why not? The only problem is even just since 2024, when I traveled last on a long train trip, the prices seem to have skyrocketed. And last time I went to the specific location In 2022, it was about half the price it is now. You got to remember, I like to take a train and I like to do overnights in rooms and not in coach. I could do it for much less if I did it in coach. So that is an option. That is something that I haven't done in a long time. It's only going to be one night overnight. So thinking about maybe cheaping out. Or maybe not. I may try to cut some other corners and still take the train, get the room, and maybe try to find cheaper lodging. Third option is I may use my vehicle for at least a portion of the trip. But really stinks when you want to travel and get out and do things, and everything just keeps getting more and more and more expensive and harder to do. Either way, I'm going to make my way down south like a bird. Although I think all the birds probably left long before all the snow was covering everything. And for not the longest amount of time, but a good amount of time. And time to get back and hopefully go to a couple shows. I know I'm going to be going to a show quite soon after I get back. I'll let the St. Patrick's Day celebrations begin. Although I'm not doing, because of these other trips, I'm not going to be doing my taking St. Patrick's Day and the day after off, and that's, I might head out on St. Patrick's Day after work, maybe have a pint of Guinness. That's a ways away. Still have Mardi Gras. Actually, will be Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday in English. That's what Mardi Gras stands for any of you that don't know. But I will be in New York for Mardi Gras. So if you know of any cool Mardi Gras type things going on that night, drop it down in the comments. But yeah, this was a nice little walk and talk. And not extremely freezing for once. Well, this is the only time I've gone for a walk and talk since it's officially been the winter. But it is February, very short month. So I gotta go back to the homestead, try to plan out this other trip, try to crunch some numbers, if you will, and see where that takes me. Either way, I am planning on going to warmer locales. And no, it will not be New Orleans this year, even though I have not been to New Orleans in 10 years. And I definitely would like to go back there. There's so many places I would like to go and visit, places that I've been before, places that I'd like to visit for the first time. There's just so much and so little time and money to do things. I was actually slightly thinking about making a Patreon or a GoFundMe to help me fund this channel, and I'm usually very against it because there's a lot of better causes, I feel like. But like ELO said, hold on to your dreams, right? And unfortunately, in this day and age, it does take a lot of money to do a lot of the things that my dreams are made of. I just don't want to start a GoFundMe and a Patreon, have people I know feel obligated to give me money, you know. I don't like that. I mean, I've been doing it all on my own But as prices increase, but that's the other thing. I don't want people that can't afford it to be putting money into some kind of fund just so I can go out gallivanting. I mean, I have donated to several people, but most of that was because of health-related issues or COVID-related issues where they weren't working. But that's when I was actually making enough money that I could save money and I could travel freely. Now that the cost of everything has like quadrupled since then, that's just a few years ago. But the prices of everything have just gone through the roof. They're pricing the working class people out of being able to go and travel and do what they enjoy doing, which really stinks. So maybe sometimes I'd like to get to 1,000 viewers before I were to do anything like that. Or I should say 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. Please get people you know to subscribe, even if they hate my channel. But I'm just hoping that I will find a base. A lot of people, I would say, you know, my videos aren't very good. And I've seen a lot of videos that are not as good as my videos that have way more subscribers and way more views. So I'm hoping if I stick with it, then just maybe I'll be able to get up to that upper echelon. But who knows? I'm just thinking out loud at this point. I'm gonna head back to the homestead. A little bit chilly, a little bit snowy. This path is a lot more snowy than back there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. See you in the next video. God only knows where that will be. Take care, everyone. Peace.